Bang, there we are, live. Sonny, shirtless. What happening, mate? Where are you at?
I'm down the Plymouth Hoe. Just had a lovely swim. A little swim to the swim platform and back. It's beautiful.
Mate, I could have sworn you were in Marseille for a minute there.
It's the one day a year where the UK looks kind of Mediterranean.
It does.
What's the temp? What's the temp of that water there?
Probably about, it felt good, you know. I reckon it's only about 14, 15 degrees, maybe less, but it felt good.
Ugh, yuck.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
stop turning your noses up, Australian people. We take everything we can here.
Sonny's getting some sun. I like it.
Show us that pool, mate. Can you do us a little?
Yeah, I'd say. So we've got, this is like the Plymouth Lido I'm about to show you. It's like a perfect circle, but apparently if you go lane ropes diagonally across, it's 51 meters. But yeah, it's kind of empty right now.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
But I mean, we have the sea right here, which is lovely anyway. And so most people just get in the sea. As you can see, the sea is way busier than the Lido, which kind of makes sense.
15 degrees, that's like 59 in America.
I like how they put the pool. I like how they put the
Americans do
pool in
yards.
prison.
All sorts of crazy stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I reckon
Alright,
we should have trials there. Let's do it.
It would probably be a faster pool.
Hey, you keep saying this, but Kaylee McEwen went 57.5 this morning. It can't be that slow a pull.
Hang on. I did say there would be some fast swims. Obviously, these people are ready to swim fast, and they can do it in any pool, any condition. But it is a slow pool. And so when you get her in a legit pool with a crowd, this girl, she may go 56.
Could be.
Woo! I like it. Did you?
The predictions just come in hard now. 56 through 57.
That gave me goosebumps.
Mate,
I
she
would
just
say
did
57
57.
too.
Yeah. Well, that's a quick time too. But I mean, she just went 57, 5 or something in a training pool? Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, should we get to it? Australian trials, day 2.
We are, Nate. Literally what we're talking about.
This is it, mate. We're in Australia. Let's start with Meagen because she actually knows what she's talking about. Tell us what happened.
It was actually a bit of a rough start, to be honest. The qualifying times, obviously, Swimming Australia has set some really tough times. So first up, the 100 breaststroke for women. We didn't really get down to the top 2 weren't really close to that qualifying time. So that was a little bit disappointing, but obviously they're going to have to take someone for that 4x1 breaststroke. So Abby Harkin, she's a Tokyo Olympian. Don't take anything away from her, but she's more known for a 200 breaststroke. So, I mean, Kaylee McEwen still has the fastest Australian 100 breaststroke this season. So
wow.
I don't know if that tells you much about that, but so yeah, that was all right. 200. What do we have? The 200 men. That was pretty good. It was 146 from Kai Taylor. So he's pretty lucky. He got 9th in the heats. Kyle Chalmers pulled out, so he got lucky lane 8, and he did that lucky lane 8 justice. He went out for it. I had a little message from him before, and I backed him all the way, and he said he was really disappointed. It was really down after the heats, and then he said as soon as he heard he was in, he said, "Oh well, whatever happens, happens." So he just went out after it, and he held on pretty quickly as well. So
yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the pretty good statement. I mean, this kid from lane 8, drops a 146.2. I mean, massive swim, and surprised the whole world. Good for him. And by the way, just a quick little insert here. I was on the Olympic team with his mother, Hayley Lewis, who's an absolute swimming legend back in Australia. She was the most famous swimmer in history before kind of like a Kieran Perkins. She kind of rose to fame in the early 90s with what she did. She was an incredible swimmer herself. His dad was a Queensland state champion, so he's got this pedigree, this young kid. So congrats to the family, but what an outstanding swim that was. It was cool.
Yeah, well, he won nationals. So he won nationals in April. So I was kind of, not that I was expecting it, but everyone was like, oh, he just come out of nowhere. But I've commentated on this kid he's 19. I shouldn't call him a kid, but for the last 2 years at age nationals, and I've been seeing him, coming through the ranks. He went, I think he went to the US championships last year with Australia A. So he swam really well in the 200, and he's just been knocking on the door. And this year he's finally kind of broken through. He won, nationals in April, and then he gets here and he gets a bit of a second chance. And I love it when they kind of, grasp the second chance with both hands. So he did.
Just the parents.
I love that reaction. How calm is his dad? And his mum's like, Haley's just.
Wow, his dad's doing what Haley's doing on the inside. She's expressing on the outside. Dad's doing that on the inside. He's like, I'm on camera. I got to keep cool here.
And he held on. Alex Graham had a really good last 25. So, yeah, he hung on. He went 2 seconds quicker, nearly a full 2 seconds from his heat swim. So I don't know what he was doing in his heat swim. But pretty good example to some young kids out there that, like heat swims are important. To be able to get up and swim in the morning is actually it's a good thing. And you've definitely got to work on it, because sometimes you don't get second chances.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, Sonny, coached by Dean Boxer. Where was Dean's reaction when we needed it?
They've got the reaction cam on Mum, not on Dean. Really, everyone just wants Dean, right?
You
Dean
could hear. You
Yeah.
could hear Dean. You could hear him in the background. I could hear him. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Here he
What
is.
about Alex Graham? Alex Graham was pretty hot a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, he had a little time. He had a little time off. He took last year off. Focused on a little bit on his studies, and wasn't enjoying it too much. So he took a little bit of time off, and now he's coming back. And he was
right?
Another 2 meters. He would have got it for sure. He's swimming solid.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, I'm just going to put a little insert in here as well, just quickly. We did talk about Annie Laser yesterday, just briefly. I want to just put this in while it's in my mind. But Annie Laser did send me a text last night, and she basically said that last 6 months, her body, her mind, her spirit was just telling her it's time. She's really at peace with the decision to go from professional swimming to coaching at Florida. She said it's very, very challenging training for the 200 breast at her age these days. And, she's got some relationship commitments and some other things that are going on in her life outside. So it was just the right time to get out of swimming for her, both physically, mentally, all of that. And the opportunity came up at Florida. So she took it. So that's kind of the update on Annie Laser. I just wanted to kind of put that in there.
Is Vinny moving to Florida? Is he going to train in Florida?
Apparently he's going to grad school. Yeah, she said that in the text too. He's going to go to grad school there. So that's where the relationship comes in. Those two are going to possibly, start a family together. Those sorts of things. So she's kind of moving on with life.
Yeah. Good luck to her. Good girl.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Back to the Aussies swimming.
All right. What else, Meagen? Backstroke.
100 backstroke. My girl Kaylee McEwen. I've been talking about her all season, and then she drops. She was 0.05 off her world record.
There
she is.
Yeah, you can talk over it, Meagen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she went out pretty quickly. So one thing she's been working on with I chatted to Bolly this morning in a message is her underwaters. So if you watch this turn, like Molly O'Callaghan actually goes out right next to her. If you watch this turn, her underwater, which she's not really renowned for, she absolutely dominates this turn underwater. So they nearly turn just about 0.2, 0.3, but she's holding that underwater just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I chatted to Bolly about is her underwaters, but she came home in a 29.2. So she was nearly 0.8 faster than anyone in that field on the second 50. So she blew everyone away in that second 50.
You know, the funny thing that you say there, you said she held it a little longer. Actually, Molly O'Callaghan held it about the same length. But if you go back real quick and analyze it, she transitioned much better. Molly looked like, to me, like she got stuck in that transition on the breakout a little bit. If you watch the end right here.
I noticed that as well. She's on the surface, still kicking.
Yeah, see?
Way
So
too
she
late
transitioned. She carried that speed out of that transition better, right?
And Molly O'Callaghan is really, like, she's, you know, renowned for that underwater, especially in freestyle. Her turn is really good. So for Kaylee, I think, you know, like even a 0.1, 0.2 is a big difference if we're talking, you know, 100 backstroke world records. So her underwaters are, you know, nearly some of the best in women's backstroke. She, I sent her a message last night. She wasn't too happy about a 200 IM backstroke split. She split 32-0 and she said it was atrocious. So she was kind of happy to probably get a better split tonight in that 100. So I think I don't know, Regan Smith or Kaylee McEwen, I think they're going to come forth, and it's really healthy for that. I think that women's 100 backstroke.
Nice. I think we just your sound just cut out or something there. You switch from your headphones to your...
It's working all right.
I feel like, is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's good.
Yeah, that's better.
That's all right.
So yeah, I don't know. What are you guys, Regan Smith or are you Kaylee McEwen? What do you reckon?
Kaylee, was that a PB for Molly?
I think her PB is 58.4. I'm from
That's
memory.
where she went, so.
Yeah, but I think it was like 0.01 off. So
Okay.
I don't think she's not been faster. I thought she was going to go faster, like because she was so close to Kaylee within that last 25 meters.
Sonny, any reason why you pick Kaylee over Regan?
Yeah.
Anti-American.
Because he's got a mullet. Aussie now.
I want to stay on Meagen's good side today because I said Australia have no depth yesterday, and I didn't want her to like unfollow me on Instagram and stuff. So I just thought I'd just pick Australia today. Hey, look, it's the same as yesterday. Like, you're talking about two of the best women swimmers ever. Like, Kaylee's amazing. Regan's astonishingly good, just all round. I mean, like 2 fly, 2 back, 1 back. So I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them's going to win it, right?
You got to pick one, right?
Yeah. You know, I can't speak for either one of them, but it just seems like Kaylee's got a little mongrel in her. She's got, you know, it's almost like that, Aaron Pearsall. You know, Aaron Pearsall didn't lose internationally. It was always like if you were head to head with Aaron Pearsall, he was going to find a way to get his hand on the wall. And one of the nicest humans on earth, you know, wouldn't hurt a fly. But if you up next to him, he's touching before you, and it just seems like Kaylee has that kind of mongrel in. I don't know. That's just the impression I get.
Yeah, she's really tough, and chatting to Bowley, she's probably one of the toughest trainers. We like to used to say, like, get your bitch out at training, and Bowley definitely says that she's got that trait, and I don't think, you know, she goes head to head with anyone. With 10 meters to swim, I think I'd always kind of back her. She just wants it so bad. So great technique, great underwater now. So she's all round. Yeah, she is a world record holder, so she's all round backstroker. But plus that little bit of a mongrel, as us Aussies like to say. I like it.
Nate, I think that's a great T-shirt right there. Get your bitch out.
Get your bitch out.
We used to say that all the time. Well, Bowley came up with it. Bowley was like, get your bitch out, like at training, like if we were being soft or, you know, like if we were a little bit, you know, just, I don't know.
Are you allowed to say that in England, Sonny?
You wouldn't be able to say it as a coach. You'd be suspended, but...
That was back in like 2009, 2010. So.
Oh, yeah. Times have changed.
In these 13 years, a lot has changed. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he says it now. I'm not going to drop him in hot water.
I hope he does. I hope so. We'll make a shirt with quotes on it.
I mean, look, if Katie's swimming the way she is, he can say what he wants, right?
Yeah, she likes it. She's happy.
So,
what else is going on? So we talking about McAvoy. Is that the one's next?
Yeah, I think that's the last one, and I love McAvoy is such a good human. His 50 fly, he 23.0, 23.0, so you can't really fault too much in this swim.
Yeah, he actually texted me in classic McAvoy style. Let me find this text here. So it's classic, you know.
Did he break it down for you?
Yeah, he broke it down. Yeah, so he needed. Where is this thing?
And I love how pumped he is after it as well. He's like this in the heats. He was like, "Hell yeah, that was good." So I love that.
Yeah. So McAvoy sends me huh?
Well, Meagen said he was pumped, but that's because he's got 2 PBs in a day. Like, 2 PBs at this point in your career, like you're gonna be pumped, right?
First personal best in 7 years, he said.
7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah.
2 back to back.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been sexy to see that 22.99 pop up, don't you think? You know.
I know.
But he sends me a text, and this is what it says: 0.12 faster the first 25, 0.11 slower the second 25, 0.01 faster overall tonight. That's his text. He's just analyzing the swim by 0.01, 0.0. You know, it's like he's very
professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He's going to break it down. It's interesting. I thought his finish in the morning was a little jammed up. I thought he had more in him, but maybe he just put a little too much on it at night. Maybe so. Sometimes in butterfly, when you just grab a little too hard, you slip a little and you don't go as fast. So anyway, he ended up with the same time. But yeah, good for him. Look, he's training primarily for the 50 free. We all know that. And his 50 free was what 21.8 in season. We could see something special out of McAvoy here. I think we could get down into the territory where I think, you know, you're going to be on the podium at the World Championships in that kind of 21.3, 21.4 range. If you're in that range, you're a podium finish at Worlds.
So Bell says, fun fact, when Cam swam his previous best 50 fly time, he also swam his best 50 free time, 21.44, and his best 100 free, 47.04 at that same meet. He's not swimming the 100. He said that in the interviews also. He is going to bring that 100 back for next year. So Australia is going to have another person fighting to get on that relay. And clearly, he takes 6 people. He should be a pretty big favorite.
Yeah. I was going to ask about that 100 free stuff. Because everyone we've talked about recently who's training for 50 seemingly has a good 100. You know, Lello, Flo.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Sonny just froze up out there in Plymouth, but yeah. 21.44 is his best. I think he's going under that. I think you're back, mate?
I don't know where I went there.
Yeah.
Into the metaverse, bro.
It's all right.
It's all right.
That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when the 50 is. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Friday. But yeah, I'd like to see him in that 53 drop. You know, 21 mid for sure.
Yeah, no, I think the 100 free is next. You know, and it is a little shame that he's not doing it. But look, all eggs in the basket for the 50. I think Cam's going to go something special in this 50 free. I predict he's going to post a #1 time in the world this year. I think it's going to be really, really nice. And if you watch this, I just posted on my Instagram a quick 10-minute video from Cam McAvoy from the Queensland Academy of Sport. Go click on that on my Instagram. Watch this video, and Cam it breaks down in there his detail that he's putting into his starts, his dive, his breakouts, his underwaters, like the detail that he's been putting into this thing. And that's going to be the key in a 50 free, not only swimming fast, but we all know, I've said this over and over again, you win 50 frees in the first 20 meters. We've seen Caleb Dressel do it over and over again. And Cam has been focused on those first 20 meters, I think. And again, even in the fly, we saw it. The first 20 meters, he put half a body length on everybody and held it. So I think, Alex, you're off the pace here, man. I think Cam might dip into the 21. I mean, it's a big call, but I think he could dip into the 21.2 range.
That's sick. 21.2.
Here's a question for you. At the end of this week, who's going to have the quickest time, Flo or Cam?
Cam.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd even think Flo would say that, because I had some back and forth with Flo. Flo's predicting he's going to go 21.4. That's what he told me he thinks he can go at these French trials. So even Flo doesn't feel like he's at his best right now. He's saving that for the World Championships. But look, Cam has shown he's got some ultra speed right now. I think 21.2 would be. I think that's where it's at. Yeah, let's give Tim Lane a shout out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim Lane is former U.S. collegiate coach as well, but he's an Aussie, obviously, but out there in Somerville, just chopping it up. But again, go watch this video that I posted on Instagram. It's on my stories, and Tim's in there. It talks about Tim and the work that he's doing. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
Tim's one of my very good friends.
Yeah, up in Brisbane. And if you see, like, if you watch some of Cam McAvoy's Instagrams, he's doing a lot of power. You know, weighted stuff, some power racks in training. And I watched a little bit of that YouTube that you posted on your Instagram talking there. And he was focused a lot on his gym, which I think for Cam is probably where he's improved the most. Like, he has got a bit bigger, but he's so much stronger. Like, he's a different he's a different athlete. He used to be skinny and kind of skim across the water, and now he's that real power to weight ratio, and yeah, he's doing some really, really good things.
Who did Tim swim for in college? Todd DeSorbo.
Oh, look at that! Hey, look at that, Todd DeSorbo.
So a lot of influence on that side.
Yeah. Sonny, in relation to what you've seen Ben Proud doing, it sounds very similar to the Ben Proud approach, right?
It is in terms of volume, I think, but not so much. Like, Ben's more about the pretty swimming and then swimming really fast with fins. Not as much, I don't think, with the resistance that maybe Cam's obsessed with resistance. And I even had a brief exchange with Cam the other day about him going and trying athletics, running, doing resisted running, and seeing what he can take from the sport of sprinting on the track to swimming. Yeah. So he's obsessed with the resistance. The parachute is like his favorite thing, and we've just got the destro tower or whatever. So he's obsessed with that side of things for sure.
Well, that's where Bruno was, mate. Bruno was the same way, or Bruno is the same way. He's obsessed with resistance. And tell you what, when you get on top of the water and you've been pulling resistance for the past 4 or 5 months, and you're shaved, you're not 50% rested, you're fully rested and fully shaved, you can go. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Are we gonna delve into that? That Leon Marchand is 50% rested.
Yeah, what do you think?
What
does that mean?
I don't know what it means. Are you either rested or you're not rested? I also think, there's a lot of swimmers these days. Leon's one of them. Kaylee's another one. Regan's another one who swim fast all the time. And I don't think there's a problem with that. Some people are just built like that. You can throw Regan in at a tier pro series, Kaylee in at a meet in April, and they're going to swim within a second of their best. How many 57s has Kaylee been now?
Yeah. Well, how do you work out the percentage, Meagen? How do you get to 50%?
I don't know. I think, like, with bowling, I remember we used to do like a lot of drop tapers. So we would work hard and then just drop taper for 2 or 3 days. And for me, as like a 2 middle distance, it kind of works for me really well. So obviously it's working for Kaylee, because even Kaylee said she's not fully tapered for this meet. So I think we've got some of those athletes that it's almost like, I don't know the percentages, but like it's almost like a drop taper.
But it doesn't mean if you get more rest, you're going to be 50% better, right?
Yeah, and I don't think you can really, kind of project those times at 50%. He's here, and then if he gets 50% more, that he's going to go, 205 or lower for the 200 breaststroke. So it's a hard one. I don't really know how to take 50% rested. I just feel like you're putting more pressure on yourself, because if like 100% rested, then what are you going to do?
Yeah, like Sonny looks like he's got 50% of a haircut right now with the mullet.
I think Sonny do a backflip off that jetty there. And
people are literally like here jumping in. Oh, we've got the speakers. They keep putting the boombox on, so that's why I mute myself.
It's not bad,
but it's all going on down here.
Sonny, is this? Do they go topless in Great Britain?
Everyone's topless here. Oh, the women? No, not the women. No, that's France.
That's France. Okay.
Yeah,
Australia too. Australia's the same way.
Australia too. No, we don't have that here at all. No, absolutely not. I was when I was at the Adam Peaty meet the other day. There was a German lad, Lucas Manfred, and he was kind of just saying like, I want to be within a second of my best and all this sort of stuff. I'm not shaved, and then he rips a massive PB, and I think that it helps being 50% rested, not shaved, because you will be quick and you don't have the pressure. Why is Dad? I'm going swimming. Leave me alone, Dad.
Dad's in the comments telling you to put clothes on while you're at the beach.
do you think like being a little bit or 50% or whatever, do you think that's like a little bit of like mind games as well? Like it's a little bit of, I'm only 50% rested. So competitors are like, whoa. Do you think it's a bit of mind games or is it just throwing chat out there?
Sonny?
I don't think it's mind games from Bob to Leon's competitors. And if I'm honest, I don't think Bob or Leon are that worried about their competitors at this point. They're pretty good. But I think there's definitely a mind game for Leon in terms of his upper echelon of performance. So he knows he's got more. And when you have these trials really close to the major, like America do and Australia adopted and France have adopted, it helps to not feel like that's your best performance 2 weeks out of Worlds or 4 weeks out of Worlds.
Yeah, I'd agree with Sonny on that one. I think you're right. I don't think Bob cares too much about the competitors because I don't know if he has too many competitors. He's outright said he's not swimming the 200 free, so he's not going to compete against Popovich and others in that. His focus is the IMs primarily, I'd imagine, and he's not going to have huge amounts of competition there. He'll have a couple of guys maybe, but yeah, I don't think. I think Bob's just being more honest, like in terms of like what you said, Meagen, about a drop taper. I think that's kind of the way he was trying to explain it to the media. It's like, look, he's got more in him, but I do think it's more for Leon, just for his head to be like, hey, this is good, but there's more coming,
Yeah, bit of self-confidence. I like it.
Yeah.
I think he's got the 200 IM coming up tonight.
Look at Kurt Hansen in the comments, eh? God, love him.
We love when Kurt joins.
Yeah, what's up, legend?
Yeah.
Jeez, we got to get him on the program here. Pull him into the chat.
Absolutely.
Love a little Kurt Hansen.
We did some great commentating, Kurt. He gave me some great tips at the Nationals and Asian Nationals. So the dream team. Yeah,
and I've actually talked about this, Kurt. I agree with you. I was witness to the level of expectation that was on Thorpe, and I just. Like I said to you, many people in this program, I've never stood on the pool deck and experienced more pressure for one athlete than I have for Ian Thorpe in that 400 free in Sydney. The amount of pressure that was in that building, it was almost like the building was going to pop. And I was standing on the deck, and I felt sick for this kid. I mean, he was 17 years old. He had the Black Panther suit on, but the whole weight of the world was on him. And that's exactly how Leon is going to be next year in Paris.
Yeah.
It's almost like Meagen, it's like you're at the World Cup and they've gone to a penalty shootout, and you've lined the ball up to kick that final penalty to send your team to the winner's trophy, like it's that putting the ball down, standing back, and you've got a split second, the whole crowd. It's that kind of nuts.
And he's got a bit of an added pressure of breaking Phelps's 400 IM record as well. Like I feel like everyone's talking about this 400 IM world record, and he's got that pressure and a home Olympics. I don't think people realize Olympics is already pressure. It's already, you put so much pressure on yourself, and then a home Olympics is even, you could be the biggest hero, or you could probably not maybe live up to expectations, and then who knows what happens after that. But yeah, I feel like he's got a pretty big shoulders, so he's going to be okay. But there's still a lot of expectation, and I hope he does really well. He's got some pretty good coaches on his side as well, so they've been obviously through a bit of pressure as well.
Yeah. I want to pull Kurt into the chat over the next few days if he's available. So how can I get in contact with him, Nate, privately? Is there a private way that I can do that?
I can flick him a
Oh, you got his email or phone number? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Flick him a message. I want to get him on the show. So, Kurt, we'll love to have you on here, mate. You're brilliant. So let's get him in.
Bob is doing a
Whoops.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh.
Hold on. This was Lionel Moreau.
And I know Bob is doing a great job because Bob was on the French team for Worlds, and he's protecting him really well. And I think he's trying to teach the French team on how to do things. You get out your race. It's 2 minutes to the warm down. It's not 30 minutes. Try to build an environment around your swimmer so he can endure the pressure. He can last the whole week of competition without wasting too much energy on the side things. It's the mental aspect of it. If he breaks 4 minutes in the 4 a.m., he will be the greatest swimmer that we've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. Yeah. Yeah, we're heating up. I love swimming. I love talking about swimming every day. This is pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, it is good.
All right, we'll wrap it up. That's good. 30-minute shot. Sonny, what else is going on out there today?
I'm going to coach now, so I'm going to walk home after this ends and go and drive to the pool and do swim coaching.
I think
Nice.
Sonny should do a backflip or a front flip into the sea. That'd be a
While
great
holding the phone.
I don't know what you think I am. I'm not flipping anywhere. What do you go flip into the sea?
I could actually
Come
do a backflip. I would flip into the sea for sure.
Nice. What day is it today here in America?
Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
hello, Nate Jr.
All right.
Oh,
Head coach of Australia just texted me, said he's going to be on the show on Friday, so that'll be cool.
All right. Rohan Taylor Friday.
very
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Well, maybe we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Alright,
Give us a backflip, Sonny.
No,
Quick,
not
quick,
today.
quick.
Maybe
Come on.
tomorrow.
Close the show. Close the show.
Close the
Yeah,
show with a
come
backflip.
on, big
Yeah.
time.
On live, dude. Do it.
No. No.